that you pray for.
So I just got done checking out Hellraiser 2022 that's available right now on Hulu. It's directed by David Bruckner with a screenplay by Ben Collins and Luke Piotrowski. It's based on the 1986 novella The Hellbound Heart by Clive Barker. This is a reboot and not a sequel to the 87 Hellraiser, but it is the 11th installment in the franchise. It stars Odessa A'zion, Jamie Clayton, and Goran Višnjić. The first thing I was struck by was the mood, the environment, and the soundtrack that it creates. Because right away, it has this gloomy, dirty, gritty ambiance that's just captivating. Like, for me anyway, right away, it just sucked me in to this world, and it felt very Hellraiser, but also fresh and different. It starts out a bit slow to set up the characters, but I thought it was really well paced, where it kept you still engaged. And every now and then they just give you a little tease of a Cenobite and a little bit of this gritty, bloody gore here and there, just to kind of keep you sucked in as they built you into this world that they're creating. And I thought the way they built the story and gave you the rules and just the whole setup was so well done, because they do build a different world here. It has a lot of the things that we're used to from the other movies, but it also goes back to the book and to the original literature a lot more. It gives you more than we had before. Tells you a lot of these rules and things with the configuration. I love how they change and morph the puzzle box as the movie goes. It just adds this whole nother layer of fascination for me. And I haven't read the novella, so I don't know how much of that is connected, but from what I've heard, it's pretty well connected to that original writing by Clive Barker. But I just loved it. I thought it was so fascinating. I just love how it has this mystery quality to it, as she just goes on to this journey of trying to figure out what is going on and what's real, and just the whole picture she's got to figure out and solve. It's just, the whole movie is kind of set up like a puzzle. And holy shit, the new Cenobites look badass. Like, there's not a ton of them, but the ones they do give you just are gruesome, gritty, original, unique. They're just, oh, I love it. I really love the new direction that they took this. I know a lot of people were like, you can't do this without Doug Bradley. Doug Bradley is Pinhead. You can't do it without him. And I get that. I love Doug Bradley. He is Pinhead. But for this franchise to move forward, they got to come up with something new. They got to come up with something different. Because unfortunately, he's getting too old to be able to keep playing this role. Yeah, maybe you could get one more out of him, but the truth is, it's time to move forward. It's time to do something different and fresh and original. And I felt like David Bruckner nailed it with this. They really have a uniqueness to them and a fun quality that's also disgusting and brutal and savage that I just thought was really, really fantastic. And the way they give you gore, they just give you a little at a time, but it's brutal each time. And leading into this movie eventually gets to where it's just really gruesome and gives you those Hellraiser moments that are what we watch this franchise for. And a funny story, my very first tattoo, this one right here that I got when I was 16, I actually got it done while watching the original Hellraiser for the first time. So the Hellraiser franchise definitely has a spot in my heart. And I was so pleased. As you can see, I can't stop smiling because I just enjoyed this movie so much. Just really, really brought back memories, but like kind of just the way I felt when I watched the original, yet felt fresh and new and definitely felt 2022. And man, do they throw some twist in this movie at you. Every time you think you know what's going on, they definitely shake things up because the story is not as cut and dry as it seems like it's gonna be.
It opens up and it cuts you. And then they come to collect.
It also does a really good job of setting up tension because it makes you feel invested in these characters and you just don't know who's gonna survive, and it does a really good job of that. You actually give a shit about the characters in this movie. It has some twisted moments that are pretty fucking scary as well. I just really don't know what more you could want in a new Hellraiser movie. I thought they absolutely knocked this out of the park. And I expected that from David Bruckner because he is brilliant. I love everything he's done. And this felt different than his other projects. It definitely felt much more Hellraiser. You could see that he cares about this franchise and he didn't just throw his own style on it. He wanted to make a legit Hellraiser movie. So I'm excited to see what can go forward from here. I really hope everybody enjoys this and we get to see more in this direction, because there's just so much more that you could build in this world. I felt like this just barely scratches the surface. To be honest, he needs to probably have a little bit bigger budget to really flush out what he envisions, because you can, as much as I love what he did here, and as much as it feels grounded and there's just so much cool stuff, I felt like they could have reached a little bit more, but I think a lot of that has to do with budget and setting up this world. It was a lot more like the original Hellraiser, where it wasn't just the super grand scape like you got in the second one. It was much more toned down, much more focused on the Cenobites and the way they looked and the story, and not so much on this vast underworld and all of that. But they do give you a little taste. They give you a little taste of the Leviathan. They give you a little taste of really everything. It just feels like there's definitely a lot more in this universe. My only problem with this movie is the fact that it is just on Hulu. And I love that for one reason, that everybody can see this, but man, it really sucks, because I wish that they at least had done a screen, you know, in theaters at the same time as it's streaming, like a stream in theaters, whatever. Because movies like this, I felt the same way about Prey. As much as I love these movies, it would be so nice to see them on the big screen and really get to enjoy them the way I just got to enjoy Terrifier. It's just, it deserves that, man. Come on, horror fans, like, get out there, tell them we love these movies, but also we want to see them on the big screen. It can't be just stream only. Frustrating. Anyway, as you can tell, I absolutely love this movie. I thought everyone did a great job. Jamie Clayton as Pinhead, as the new Hell Priest, was fantastic. I thought she knocked that out of the park. The way all the Cenobites sounded as well was just so creepy. It's so cool. Like, they put an effect on their voices, but yet it felt otherworldly. It didn't feel like there was this heavy effect on it. It's hard to explain until you watch the movie, but it's like cold, man. It runs your blood cold. It's just like gets under your skin and creeps you the fuck out. This is the best Hellraiser since the first and the second ones for sure. And to be honest, I have to sit with this a while, but this might even be my favorite. It's that good. I absolutely loved it. There will always be that soft spot for the original, so this will probably not quite past that. So I hope you guys all have Hulu and can check it out this weekend and make up your own mind on what you thought of it. Let me know in the comments what you thought of it. Try to keep it spoiler free, because this is a spoiler free review and I don't want a bunch of people getting spoiled before they see it. I want to give a huge, massive, enormous thank you to my patrons, because you guys, your support seriously means so much to me. And if you would like to find out more about becoming a patron, the link is down in the description. And like always, thank you so much for watching. Please crush that like button. And remember, guys, horror can be fun. If you like this, click right here to see my Terrifier 2 review that I just dropped as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.